Hey YouTube, Jason here with DayTradingFearless. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and leave a comment down below or any questions of things you want to see me do in the future. So as always, let's jump right into it. Today I have another tool for you guys, another Thinkorswim code, and it's this bottom one. It's a divergence trend squeeze that I kind of found thought was interesting, so I'm like, hey, let's see how well this thing works, right? And let's see if we could find divergences. So right here we have a double top with divergence that we see on our stochastic, and guess what? As we do the same thing, we see confirmation of a divergence. Second, we have a low there with a lower low, a low with a higher low, okay? And here we actually see a low with a lower low, right? So this is in kind of all working together. The stochastic shows it, but the divergence trend squeeze doesn't. Okay, next we kind of see a high here with a higher high, which is all working, but maybe something like this, right? We kind of see a little bit of a divergence here. Everything is working correctly, as it should. But then as we start to fall, okay, we could see divergence here with a little bit of divergence here, and we also see divergence on this lower code. As we kind of keep moving forward, we make a high, kind of double top here with divergence here, divergence. So this confirms that divergence. Next, as we kind of keep moving along here, we'll take a look. Right here we see divergence, divergence, but here, no divergence, okay? Then as we kind of come lower, we see a low, then a lower low, we see divergence here and divergence here. So potentially another confirmation of a divergence. And then as we start to kind of move higher, we see prices making new highs. We'll look at just this last leg right here. We see a divergence here, and then we also see a divergence here. So what is the true takeaway from this code is yes, it works, and no, it doesn't, okay? Now, with that being said, you could go into the code. Once you download this, I will leave a link down below in the description, right? And you could kind of go in and maybe change your offsets. I just kind of did whatever the code was, the defaults of it, but you could kind of change these to see, hey, different time frames, maybe larger time frames, shorter time frames, and play around with the different settings of the code to see if they work better or not. So again, what I'll do is I'll leave the code down below in the description, but hopefully you'll find some something helpful with this code. It's not something I use, but one thing is when there is divergence and all three of them or these two are lining up, usually they work pretty well, right? And they actually continue the trend lower. So maybe you just sit there, you're patient, wait for all three of them to work, not something like this where if this and this are in sync with this and this, you don't take it. Yes, it will have worked, but here you had divergence, but maybe you passed. But when you have divergence here, right, you have it here and here, then you could take the trade. So again, I'll leave a link down below in the description. Hopefully you guys find this a little bit useful. And as always, I will talk to you next time. And thank you for watching.